everybody, and welcome back to another video. In this video, we are going to be discussing round 8 of the FIDE Candidates Tournament, guys. This is the second half of the tournament, and I just need to know what the heck happened to Fabiano today. This Fabiano Caruana was nothing like the Fabiano Caruana that we've seen the first 7 rounds of this tournament, guys. Without further ado, we're going to get straight into it, okay? Because I am so confused. Put it in the comment section for me if you could tell me what was going through Fabiano's mind. I do have my own ideas, but let me know your thoughts. We're going to get straight into it. Hikaru starts out with this move C4. Fabiano responds with the move C5. Then we get knight F3 on the board. Then we get the move knight to C6. We get the move D4 played. We got C captures D, knight captures D, knight F6, guys. And then white responds with the move knight to C3. We get E6 played, bishop F4, developing his dark square bishop. We get the move D5, CD, knight captures D. And then in this position, knight captures C6, pawn captures C6. I'm like, what is going on? We're trading all the pieces off the board. Are these guys just, is Fabiano just okay with drawing this game? I understand Hikaru has nothing to play for as a result of his tournament standings, but Fabi, you have a lot to play for. I fully expected Fabi to play something a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more like he was playing for a definite win. But to me, my theory is he went into this game wanting a draw, and he played like he wanted to draw instead of playing his best chess. And what happened was he lost the game. So we got B captures C6, then white plays the move bishop to D2, black responds with bishop to B4, developing his dark square bishop. Then we get queen A4, black plays the move A5, we get E4 on the board, asking the knight a question, and then we get another trade. Knight captures C3, pawn captures C3, bishop backs up to E7 here. Then we get the move bishop to E2, developing his light square bishop. We get the move castles, followed by bishop to F4. Black then plays the move bishop to A6, bishop captures A6, rook captures A6. Now we have a misplaced rook that stays there far too long, okay? That's just a little preview for what's to come, guys. Then we get to move rook to D1 by white. Black has to move his queen. We get the move queen to B6 played. White gets castle. Then we get queen to B5, asking the queen a question. Fabiano is looking to trade all the pieces off the board. My theory is he came into this game wanting a draw, and it made him play just not his best chess. He's not playing anything like we've seen him play in the previous round. So he's looking to trade the queen off the board. Hikaru says no and backs his queens up to C2, and then black plays the move bishop to C5. Then we got C4 played, followed by queen to B7. Then white plays the move bishop to E5. We got queen to E7 played, and then white makes this move queen to D3. In this position, I know the eval bar says that the position is pretty equal, but I'm just a little bit nervous for Fabi because, again, this is nothing like he's played before. We got a misplaced rook. That's what I meant by it stayed here for too long. This rook is misplaced on the edge of the board. This rook should be on an open file or down this D file. Black is completely allowing white to dominate the D file and dominate through the center of the board here. And that is not like the Fabi that we've seen in the first 7 rounds at all. Somebody please let me know what happened to Fabi this round. Is it that he was just playing for a draw and that made him play what, like lackadaisical or just not good chess? I don't know, but my major takeaway is I have a big tournament coming up, and I have a huge tournament coming up in May, right? If I get to the end of the tournament and I'm close to winning the tournament and say I only need a draw to win, I'm still going to play my best chess because this game taught me, and I've been thinking this for a while, like, I don't necessarily like the idea of going into the game playing not my best moves because I'm going for a draw. I think you should always play your best moves, and if you could win, win, but if a draw presents itself, and you don't need the win to win the tournament, then take it. But I think you should always just play your best chess and play for the win and let the draw come if it must. But these moves that he's making, allowing Hikaru to dominate him in the center of the board like this, is just unlike Fabi. He did not play this way in the first round when he played against Hikaru, so I have no clue what this is. Black then plays this terrible move F6, and when he played F6, I was really nervous for him because F6 is bad for so many different reasons. You got this dark square bishop. You don't want to go putting all these pawns on dark squares. What are you doing, Fabi? I know you know better. I just don't know what happened to him. The guys had a rest day yesterday. Maybe something happened on the rest day where he was like, all I need is a draw or whatever. But I thought he would have been trying to play for a win, right? We're trying to catch Sindarov. And after round 8, there's only 6 rounds left. We're trying to catch Sindarov. We need to win, and we need to win now. Or at least try to win. And if a draw presents itself, then take it. But you don't just, I feel like he played inferior moves to get a draw. And I don't think that's the way a draw should be gotten. You always play for a win. and then if a draw prevents itself, you take it. But anyway, black plays the move f6. White then puts the bishop on d6. The black bishop cuts. The queen cuts. Now the queens are traded off the board. I'm like, oh yeah, Fabi definitely came into this game wanting to draw. But even still, white is a little bit better here. He got his rook on a better square than these rooks. Again, we got this misplaced rook. This rook is stuck on f8. Like, what are we doing, Fabi? He did not play like this the first half of this tournament. So white captures on d6. Black then plays the move rook to b8. I'm like, okay, finally we at least got the rook to an open foul. And then in this position, Hikaru takes about 20-30 minutes. If you guys take a look, he's got 1 hour and 11 minutes on his clock right now. He takes about 20-30 minutes to capture this pawn, but he did decide to capture it. You guys see what the time just did? It went from 1 hour and 11 minutes to 48 minutes to capture that pawn. That was not the best move on the board, but that is what he played. As a result of picking up that pawn, it evened the position out. Black should play the move king to f7, stopping this rook from getting on his 7th rank here, but instead Fabiano, he plays the move rook to b2, and I'm just like, okay, Fabi, we're getting a bit risky here. You may have been playing for the draw, but I know you're not playing to lose, so be careful. White then plays the move rook to e7, getting his rook back there, and I'm just like, man, I do not know what's going to happen here. But if Fabiano loses this game, Sindarov is going to be 2 full points ahead of anybody that is second to him. So this is not the way to go, Fabi. Black plays the move rook at a to b6. Finally getting that rook on a better square. Then white plays the move rook to a7. Fabi gets his pawn back and therefore protects his a pawn. White then responds with the move h3. And in this position, it is still pretty even. And we can see how all the pieces were traded off the board out of the opening. If you guys watched round 7 and you seen the game between Pragg and Fabi, you seen such a fight in the opening. I mean, Fabiano put on an absolute fight out the opening in this game against Pragg with the black pieces. But in this game, it was just kind of like he was playing for a draw from the beginning. So after the move h3, the position is still pretty equal. But this is the position that Fabiano actually loses the game because he makes this move h5. And that move automatically loses the game for Fabi. That move automatically loses the game for Fabi. In my mind, I'm like, well, it is Hikaru. Hikaru's not playing that well. He gives Hikaru the opportunity to find great move after great move after great move. Like, literally, Hikaru is just going to find all these great moves, all because he played this bad move, h5. So black then plays the move, rook captures f2, but white is going to be able to pick up this g-pawn, and after he picks up the g-pawn, the king is forced to move king to h8, and white then responds with another great move. Black moves with another great move. Black moves, and then Hikaru gets another great move. And unfortunately for black, this position is just lost. The king then goes to g8, rook at h to g7, check. The king goes to h8, and then we got rook to g6, followed by rook to f4. But as you guys can see, the position is just lost for black. Rook at f captures f6, and the rook captures, guys. But unfortunately for black, white is a full +1 in this position. Black then plays the move king to g7. The rook takes another pawn. Now Hikaru is a full 2 points up from an endgame that was dead even. And I'm like, what is Fabi doing? What is Fabi doing, guys? And needless to say, Fabiano goes on to lose this game. This game is over, and there is nothing he can do about it. He went down 2 pawns out the endgame, and he's going to lose this game down 2 pawns. So they're going to go on to play a bunch of more moves. I don't even know why Fabi took so long to resign. It was lost a long time ago, but I get it. It is the candidates. But man, oh man, I don't know who this Fabi was. He did not play like this in the first half of this tournament. But guys, you know, the unfortunate thing about this game for Fabi is that he was only 1.5 points behind Sindarov, and now he's a full 2 points behind Sindarov. He was actually the second in this tournament. Now he is tied for second in this tournament with Anish Giri. And guess what, guys? Sindarov is going to be very, very difficult to catch. Fabiano finishes 4.5 out of 8. Anish Giri also went on to win his round 8 game as well. So he's going to be 4.5 out of 8 as well. So those two are actually tied for second as far as the standings go. Fabi, I don't know what it was. Guys, let me know your thoughts. What happened to Fabi today? Was it just a thing where he was going for a draw and therefore played mediocre moves? I don't know. That's the only explanation that I can come up with. But, you know, he just played very much unlike himself. Hikaru Hikaru was finally able to win the game today, guys, but I don't give it much because it's not like Hikaru outplayed Fabi. You know what I'm saying? When they got to this position here, the position is still deadly equal. Did Hikaru play some beautiful opening and some beautiful middle game and outplay Fabi? No, I don't think so. I think that it got to a very equal end game here, and then Fabi makes this bogus move h5. So I don't think that, you know, Hikaru outplayed him. Fabi just lost the game. I don't know what was going on with Fabi today. But guys, all in all, Fabi finishes 4.5 out of 8 rounds, and we got Sindarov ahead with 6.5 out of 8 rounds. And he is clearly leading this thing by 2 whole points, and with only 6 rounds left, I doubt anybody in this tournament is going to catch him. We will take a quick look at the Anish Giri game because he was able to win a game against Pragg and walk away with 4.5 out of 8 points as well. Guys, we are going to give it a quick look, this gameplay between Anish Giri and Pragg, because I thought it was a beautiful game. I really love the way Anish Giri played this game, and I see at this level a lot of people play the Queen's Gambit, so I'm going to be playing more of the Queen's Gambit. I just wanted to give you guys a quick rundown of this game so you guys could see the moves on the board and how everything went. Guys, look at the precision that both players are playing with, but Pragg was able to find an advantage, and I want you guys to see how all of his pieces work together well and coordinate together well, and how he absolutely dominates Pragg through the center of the board. He finally makes this move, rook to e1, and when this rook came over here to e1, I said this is definitely Anish Giri's game, because black is then going to go ahead and make the move a4, b captures a4, bishop captures a4, and in this position, Anish Giri played king to h1, wasn't really too sure about that move, but Pragg makes this hell of a mistake, this hell of a decentralizing move with queen to f7, allowing Anish Giri to play the move e6 and just basically walk this pawn up straight through the center of the board. We got these rooks absolutely dominating this e-file. All of his pieces are well protected, centralized. The moment this rook came over here, I said, okay, Anish Giri is either going to win this game or this game will end in a draw. But when Pragg made this move, queen to f7, that was a huge mistake, because now white is able to just walk this pawn forward straight through the center of the board. And what is black going to do about it? Absolutely nothing. He plays the move queen to g6. Anish Giri finishes him off with rook to f2. We got rook to c4 played, followed by rook to f4. Black then plays the move h5. Queen to f2 made. Black makes the move bishop to c2. e7, and in this position you just have to resign, because after bishop to e4, white's gonna play the move rook to f8 check, and even if you play the move king to h7, the rook is just gonna take on e8, the queen takes on e8, and Anish Giri is able to sacrifice the rook, because after the rook sack, you are then forced to take back, and then white is able to get this incredible move, queen to f8, the queen has to take, and then the queen's going to take and get a queen, but instead, Anish Giri played this move, queen to f5 first, and Praggnanandhaa, he just resigned. So this was a beautiful game played by Anish Giri, and now Anish Giri finishes round 8 with 4.5 out of 8. Fabi, who was once in second place in this tournament, is now tied with Anish Giri as they both stand with 4.5 out of 8 points as a result of round 8. Guys, let's quickly take a look at the standings. Sindarov in the lead with 2 full points. Then we got Fabiano and Anish Giri tied for second. And then there's everybody else. And honestly, guys, it's going to be very, extremely difficult for Fabiano or Anish Giri to beat Sindarov, because you would have to do better than him by like 2 full points in order to even catch him. But as a result of round 8, Sindarov, he's just running away with this thing. As a result of round 8, the Candidates Tournament is probably over. We probably have the winner. We probably all know who that winner is. But there are 6 rounds to go, and you never really know. But honestly, guys, Sindarov, he plays Blue Bomb tomorrow. He might get another win. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't know what's going to happen. It's going to be very difficult for these guys to outplay him these next 6 rounds by 2 full points. I don't see that happening. So, guys, we probably got a winner of the Candidates Tournament. And you guys know what's so funny about it? Before the tournament started, I made this prediction video here. And my take was there is no clear favorite to win this tournament, because everybody had Hikaru at the top of their charts. If it was asked to me, I thought Fabiano was closer than anybody. But my take was there is no clear favorite. I think we will be very surprised to see who walk away with this tournament. And it turns out I was right, because this guy, Sindarov, was absolutely dominating the tournament, guys. So we will see how these next 6 rounds go. But it's hard to say. I mean, it's looking like it's going to go Sindarov's way, because the 2 guys that's second behind him, which is Anish Giri and Fabiano Caruana, they will have to outperform him these next 6 rounds by 2 full points, and that's just very difficult to do, especially at this level, especially with him on this hot streak, especially with him playing so well. He haven't lost a game yet. This kid is killing it. Alright, guys, thank you so much for watching the round 8 recap video with me. If you guys have not already, check out some other videos on the channel. And if you have not already, please feel free to subscribe, guys. guys. Trying to get to 500 subscribers, working hard on this channel. Please feel free to subscribe, like, comment. Let me know what you think. Who's going to win this tournament? Talk to me. Is it over? Because it looks like it's pretty over to me. So let me know your thoughts. Is it over, or does somebody still have room to outplay Sindarov for the next 6 rounds? Don't that just sound silly? Don't that sound like it's probably not going to happen? He looks more and more like he's going to walk away as the winner of the FIDE Candidates 2026. And if he does, we're going to have to figure out who's going to win between him and the reigning world champion, Gukesh, who's been having a very, very hard time lately. And that is all to come soon. Thank you guys so much for taking a look at round 8 with me, and I will see you in the next video.